Let's talk about You So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzva. Sit down, Shiva. Sit down. Let's talk about it. So I just finished watching it, thanks to my daughter, and I wanted to say that it's a celebration of Reform Judaism. Because in traditional Judaism, girls don't do Aliyah LeTorah. They don't read the Torah portion, and there are no women rabbis except if you're married to a rabbi. Unfortunately, in traditional, Shiva, we can't change that. And in Reform Judaism, there's all kinds of things done. Everything is acceptable, and then you have people that are, you can marry non-Jews. They marry non-Jews to Jews. Women wear yarmulkes, and the whole girls roles and male roles are supposed to be sort of equal. But of course, Judaism doesn't work that way. And even if the reform movements that I know, if there's a man and a woman, usually the man dominates for some reason. I've never seen, maybe one, where there's a man and a woman in the congregation, usually the man will take over for some reason. God knows why. So let's talk about the film. It was made by Adam Sandler. It's probably the least funny film he made, and it's dedicated to his daughters. His daughters really look like him, and his daughter, Sunny, can play Amy Winehouse. The life of Amy Winehouse. If there's going to be a movie like that, she's going to be playing Amy Winehouse. I've never seen anybody that looks more typically Jewish than the young Sunny Sandler. What I have to say about the film is, Shiva doesn't want to be part of this. What I wanted to say, okay, maybe I will. Oh God. Oh my God. I just spoke up. Shiva, come back. Come back, Shiva. Shiva, come back. So Adam Sandler's film, as you watch the cat kennel, Shem, is actually for his daughter. And it's based on a book, actually. He didn't write the script. And I think it's a very enjoyable film. But as I said, it does present Judaism as a fun religion. It's not fun. Reform Judaism also, while a lot of things are allowed, it's not so much fun. What I will say is that in Judaism, things like traditional Judaism, you wear more modest clothing to the synagogue, and Reform Judaism in America also, my experience in America, you wear whatever you want to the synagogue. And so that was one thing that for me, especially in Israel, Reform movement it's quite a battle, sort of political battle, very left-wing. And since it is political, and I don't think religion should involve politics, and unfortunately in Israel, religion does involve politics, let's face it. The Reform movement has done a lot to become a very politicized movement in Israel. I'm not sure if it's true in other countries around the world. What I will say is there was some claim it helps include a lot of Jews that otherwise wouldn't be included, like Jews that have a Jewish father and a non-Jewish mother, and according to traditional Judaism wouldn't be included as Jews. Reform Judaism does include them, which is great. I don't like women wearing yarmulkes. It looks ridiculous in my opinion. I think it would be good if Judaism was egalitarian, and I absolutely would have supported a girl having Aliyah LeTorah if it was part of the religion. If you do a religion, you might as well do the religion and not change it to something else. It's not like religion, the whole idea of religion, that it has a set of rules. And if you change the rules and include everything, well then, I'm not sure it's a religion anymore. But I will say this about the film. It was very enjoyable. Sunny Sandler played really well. Her sister is nice. I didn't. She didn't make. She let her sister shine. She was playing kind of the wise older sister. It was nice that it was like a family celebration, and I think for the Sandlers, it certainly probably was a nice souvenir for the rest of their life, And interestingly enough, it was made around the time that Sonny Sandler had a Bat Mitzva. But let's make it clear, Bat Mitzva is 12 years old. According to Judaism, you have a Bat Mitzvah, your Bat Mitzvah or an adult at 12 for girls, 13 for boys. There's also Bark Mitzvah, by the way, which is an American invention where dogs have a celebration, which is also interesting. And actually, there are rabbis in Florida, I believe, in Los Angeles who do that. Just a little bit interesting fun fact. So the movie is enjoyable. It is reform movement, but I read critique an Israeli paper that at least it's a film that shows Judaism as part of. It shows like real Jews doing real Jewish things. It shows very wealthy Jews doing really fancy things. I remember my Bat Mitzvah in New York. I am Israeli, but I did live in New York. My father was working for the Jewish Agency. My mother invited my class, Jews and non-Jews. Since it was New York, Queens, New York, there were a lot of Jews in my class, but also non-Jews, and she just bought me a nice suit. It was a pantsuit. It was a black velvet pantsuit. Never went to the synagogue, had nothing to do with the synagogue, just bought me a beautiful cake with roses. We had a cake. That's it. Very affordable Bat Mitzvah. My mother was always very not spending a lot. My brother did have a traditional bar mitzvah, which had to do with synagogue. I was much younger, so I don't remember much about it except I got a dress. And then get this, my parents returned the dress, or my mom, let's say, my late mom, may she rest in peace. She bought me a really fancy dress. She took me to the shopping mall and bought me a fancy pink and white dress. And then she returned it after the bar mitzvah. So that's my Bat Mitzvah story. The movie is enjoyable. A lot of Jews in America do follow the reform movement because it's much more enjoyable. It's inclusive, as I said, but other people can argue that it encourages marriage to non-Jews and that it sort of leads to assimilation more, because it doesn't really follow the rules of Judaism. Not keeping Shabbat. You can drive your car on Shabbat. You can do everything on Shabbat. They don't really keep all the rules. And as I said, it would be nice if men and women were, in fact, equal in Judaism. But sadly, like all religions, really, women, I think all religions, women and men are not equal, and men dominate. Even in Buddhism, I think men dominate, even though there's no strict gender rules like in Judaism. In Judaism, the men go to the Torah, the men read the Torah, women do not. So this movie is for me about a certain type of Judaism. I don't know how many Jews in America follow a Reform movement. I know a lot of them do. Certainly in Hollywood, I can expect a lot do. Fun fact, Adam Sandler's wife was converted to Judaism. Whether she converted Reform or otherwise, I do not know. All I can say is Reform conversion by Reform is not always recognized by mainstream Judaism. So, yeah. And they're very strict about that, the Jewish religion. So it was fun. It was nice. I was a little bit disgusting at times, I must say. But as I said, I didn't realize Adam Sandler did not write the script. It was based on a book. It did a good job. Sonny Sandler is the young Amy Winehouse without drugs and with a nicer father. I'm really happy for her. They seem like a really lovely family. And I love the scene where she's so sad and then she's crying into her matzo ball soup. It's a really nice movie, and I recommend everybody to watch it, despite the criticism about Reform Judaism. It's a lovely, lovely movie. and sunny